Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Dripping Pan. Tonight, Lewes face Hornchurch in a big game at home this evening. Lewes currently 14th on 15 points, 6 points below the visitors, who sit 10 places above Hornchurch, up in 4th. Hornchurch on absolute fire recently. And now the players make their way out onto the pitch in tonight's action of the Isthmian Premier League. The home team line up as follows in goal: Lewis Carey, Marcel Elver-Fountains back in the side, Jamie Maskell starting his 3rd game in a row, Will Salmon is playing, number 4 and captain Tom Champion, number 15 Alfie Young. It's a debut for number 8 Tyreek Hyde, Bradley Pritchard's back in the side. And it's the same front 3 as before that we saw in the 2-0 win against Margate. Number 7, Raz Coleman de Graft, who scored that brilliant left-footed goal to open the scoring at the weekend. Number 14, Dion Moore. And of course, number 9, the talisman, Joe Taylor, who secured the 3 points for Lewes on Saturday afternoon. The substitutes: number 5, Mitchell Nelson. Number 6, Ayo Olakoga. Number 17, Ronan Silva. Number 12, John Vilrenay, and number 11, Rhys Morel Williamson. The away side line-up as follows: number 1 in goal, Joseph Wright. Number 2, Mickey Parcel. Number 3, Remy Sutton. Number 4, Joe Christial. Number 5, Kenneth Clark. Number 6, Wyan Reid. Number 7, Jack Munns. Number 8, Lewis Spence. Number 9 and top scorer, Sam Higgins. Number 10, Liam Nash. And number 11, Ola Ogumawimide. Substitutes for the away side: number 12, Toby Joseph. Number 16, David Smith. And number 17, Oliver Muldoon. So the side's about to get us underway now. This would have been the 3rd in this home game for Lewes in the space of 7 days, if it weren't for the Aveley game being postponed last Tuesday. But Lewes, of course, had a magnificent game on Saturday afternoon, thanks to Raz Coleman de Graft and Joe Taylor. It was a dominant performance and one needed for Lewes after a rather out-of-form September. But hopefully, Coleman de Graft and Joe Taylor's goals and the victory for Lewes can spark a purple patch for the Rooks to see their promotion hopes back on track after a really positive start. But talking about form, Hornchurch, of course, come off the back of 5 consecutive wins in the Isthmian Premier Division, which Tony Russell even said in his pre-match preamble, they're the best in the league. They've currently only played 9 games this season. The fact they sit 4th on 21 points is testament to how well they're doing, considering other teams around them have played around 12 or 13. As for the Rooks, they've played 10 games this season, and so they've still got a few games on hand around teams around their position in the league. But a win today for Lewes could see them go as high as 8th, so really climbing up the table, considering they started a couple of weeks ago. They were down in the bottom end of the table, but it's going to be Hornchurch to get us off underway. It's going to be Sam Higgins, who scored 10 goals this season, so he'll be a proper threat for captain Tom Champion and Will Salmon in the back line, but also the likes of Alfie Young, who adopts that central defensive midfield role after Tom Phipp's departure. But it's a debut for Tyreek Hyde, and we're underway here. Hornchurch kicking from left to right, and it's already a long ball played up with the hope of Higgins to get on the end of it. The rain started to pour only 10 minutes ago. It was rather dry, but the heavens are going to start opening. But luckily, this Premier League standard pitch at the Dripping Pan can handle all weather, unlike seasons before. Here's Will Salmon playing alongside Tom Champion, as he did against Margate on Saturday. Jamie Maskell playing on that left-back role. Here's Bradley Pritchard as he tries a little clip pass into Coleman de Graft, but the Hornchurch left-back gets onto it. And here's Higgins up against Champion, which we'll see plenty of times tonight. It's a left-footed ball in, but hits the head of Alfie Young straight away, so it's back in possession for Hornchurch, but it's gone out for a throw-in on that far side. It's going to be Marcel Elverfountain to take, who replaces John Villeneuve, who had a good game at the weekend against Margate. Here's Elverfountain, nice little fake pass there into Alfie Young in the centre of midfield. Here's Salmon. He's got Dion Moore on the left, but debutant Hyde in front of him. Nice play between Bradley Pritchard and Super Joe Taylor. Coleman de Graft. Now they won't want him to get on his left foot like he did at the weekend. He may try again, and this time on his right foot, up against the number 3, Remy Sutton. They deal with it well and clear it. But it only goes as far as Lewis Carey back in the Lewes half. That's Champion, but of course Coleman de Graft had a brilliant game at the weekend, getting the assist and goal. Young plays it quickly to de Graft, who's up against Mickey Parcell. On will go de Graft, left-footed strike, defended well by Parcell, the deflection. Here's Alfie Young, lays it off to Bradley Pritchard, who tries to ball into Taylor, but it falls straight to Salmon after the clearance. That's intercepted, but goes straight to Elverfountain. Here's Pritchard, Young, Hyde, playing well in tight areas here, Lewes, but Hornchurch managed to deal with it well. Here's the top scorer, Liam Nash. Back to Elverfountain, well dealt with by Lewes, and he manages to take it past Ola Ogumawamide. Really good run here from the right back, lays off de Graft down that right-hand side. Here's Elverfountain, looking to open the scoring, almost falls in his feet there. Joe Taylor tries to pick it up, but Hornchurch clear once again. Good touchdown there by Sam Higgins. He tries playing a nice ball out to Liam Nash down this right-hand side. He's up against Maskell. Nobody's in the Lewes box for Hornchurch, but Higgins will have it again. A chip ball over the top of the Lewes defence, but it comes off Salmon and straight into Carey's grasp. Nice passage of play there from Lewes beforehand. We saw it happen a few times on Saturday, and of course that's what led to the second goal. Here's Salmon. Maskell's making the run, and Salmon will try and find it. He's up against their number 6, but it just comes off Maskell. It's a throw-in for Hornchurch right by their corner flag. It's Wayne Reid, their number 6, who's going to take this throw-in. Hornchurch have only won 1 out of their 3 away games this season. Lewes still unbeaten at home, which may read as good for the Rooks. It's trying to be touched down. Higgins then tries a kick back pass. It's another throw-in for Hornchurch. It's going to be Wayne Reid over this one again. Throwed long there, but it just goes over Maskell's head and into the possession of number 20, Will Salmon, into Champion. He's a really good player and had a great game at the weekend. Champion making a progressive run into the Hornchurch half. It's off to Coleman de Graft on his right. He'll try and thread a pass into Pritchard. Coleman de Graft losing his strength well, but Hornchurch deal with that nicely. But that's a really good challenge there from Hyde to win back possession for the Rooks. Russell did say he was a powerful box-to-box midfielder, and tackles like that prove Russell's words to be true. Out to Elverfountain. Here's Hyde again, but this time a slide challenge goes onto Hyde, but he picks up the ball from Alfie Young's pass. He plays it out to Coleman de Graft. He's got Elverfountain in front of him. He'll play it to Hyde. He's got a nice layoff from Taylor into Coleman de Graft. Just had a bit too much onto that and fell off Coleman de Graft's shin to just take it past him, and Joseph Wright, the Hornchurch goalie, doesn't have to really think too much about that one. Safe possession for Hornchurch. He's got Kenneth Clark in front of him, but that's Liam Nash on the right-hand side. He'll be playing up against Jamie Maskell, who of course signed in October. He's been good in that left-back role since he joined the Rooks. So number 7 over this, Jack Munns, who's got 5 assists so far this season, so he knows how to set up a goal or two. Here's Coleman de Graft up against Mickey Parcell. Just intercepts the pass, and it's a throw-in for Lewes. On that far side, midway into their own half. Throws it out to Champion. He's got Salmon around him, but he'll play it back to the keeper. Into Salmon. He likes a progressive run, Salmon, but he'll play it to Dion Moore. He's got Pritchard around him, but plays it back to the centre-back. Dion Moore into Pritchard, back to Moore. He'll try an infield ball to Tom Champion. He's under pressure there from the number 7, Jack Munns, but he plays it safe, back to Carey in goal. Champion picking the ball up and trying to move it forward. He's got Maskell trying to make a run down the left-hand side, but Champion orders him to come in closer. He's up against right-sided player Liam Nash. Comes off Maskell though. It would be Wyan Reid to take the throw-in for the Urchins. Throws it long. He's got a good throw on him so far, as we've seen, but that head-on from Liam Nash didn't trouble Lewes. Coleman de Graft tries to find the ball played to him. Pritchard intercepts there. Nice play from Pritchard as Coleman de Graft just tries to lay off Joe Taylor. There's a foul in there and the referee's given it. Lewes earned the first free kick of this evening's game. Lewes fans being heard in good voice behind that Hornchurch goal. It'll be Maskell over this, it looks like. Not the tallest of teams, Hornchurch. Lewes do dominate the aerial presence. That'll be something they look to expose. So long ball in. Champion was there at the back, but it was too much for Champion to reach onto it, and it was straight out for a Hornchurch goal kick. So no chances created there from Maskell. He'll want to do better the next opportunity he gets. So the goal kick, Joseph Wright to take in between the Hornchurch sticks. He'll play it long. Dion Moore's there up against Nash. It comes off Moore's head, so Hornchurch earn themselves a throw-in in their final third. Throws it to Munns. Here's number 6, Wyan Reid. Ball in, cleared by Champion almost with his head, and it's another throw into Hornchurch. They're starting to pile on the pressure. Wyan Reid over this one again. He's got a long throw on him, so they might even try to make this into a sort of set piece like you would with a corner. It's thrown long but comes off Hyde. Here's Munns, who will play it out to Reid down this right hand side. He's up against Hyde again. He beats Hyde. It's a strong low ball into the box. It's picked up by their number 10. He'll try and get it on his right foot, but he then tries turning, but Hyde's there and deals with it well and then clears it to safety, but it's picked up just in the Hornchurch half. It's straight back to their keeper Rogers. He'll play it long with the target of Higgins, who tries to get him behind Maskell, but there's just a bit too much on that from Rogers, so it's a throw into the Rooks. Wyan Reid's throws do look like they could cause danger for Lewes. It's always extremely useful for a side to have a player like that in their team, someone to even make throw-ins a chance to get a goal. Here's Champion. He'll try another progressive run in to the Hornchurch half. He's good with the ball at his feet and he plays it through to Pritchard. Another really nice layoff from Joe Taylor here. Hyde's raking the run. He almost tries getting it round. Coleman de Graaf picks it up, but it's dealt with well by Hornchurch, and now they look to clear it, but no one was really there, and they're showing their frustrations at each other. Number 10, Liam Nash, and 7, Jack Munns, as they look to have a quick counter, but nothing came of it. So it's Carey out to Champion again. Coleman de Graft playing a bit more in field than we've seen so far this evening. Pritchard tries laying off Elva Fountain, making that run down the right-hand side, but he couldn't get there, so Hornchurch get themselves another throw-in. Number 2, Mickey Parcell over this one. Does he have the same qualities as Wine Reed? It's headed up by Tom Champion, who then tries a clearance, but almost falls to Pritchard. But then their number 8, Lewes Spence, is there. Lewes now have it down their right-hand side. Elva Fountain plays it into Salmon, who's in plenty of space. Salmon, Dean Moore going in close. He plays it back to Salmon. Out to Maskell. Maskell then trying up ball out to Moore over the Hornchurch defence, but comes back to Salmon. He'll try a diagonal ball out to the right-hand side by Coleman de Graft, who takes it down ever so well. What a brilliant touch. Almost lost it out there, but an excellent touch there from Coleman de Graft. It's a throw into Lewes. Just under a quarter of an hour gone, of course. Still Lewes 0, Hornchurch 0. Neither side have had a shot on goal yet. The ball's really been dominated in the middle of the pitch so far. Hornchurch have looked to counter a couple of times, but nothing has really come of it to test each defence, and some strange play there from the Hornchurch number 11, Ola Ogunwumide. It will go back to Elva Fountain's grasp as he's over this one. It's actually Jamie Maskell. We'll try and put a ball in. That was better than the last one. Maskell over this one. It's a ball in, and that's another waste. This time wasn't from Maskell. It was obviously a foul in the congested area of players there, and the referee calls it for Hornchurch to have a free kick just outside of their penalty area. Lewes will be disappointed with that one, as they had the opportunity to try and get the first chance of the game. But it's a free kick taken by Rogers. A low ball there, and just meets Alfie Young. Here's Hyde, back to Young. Turns nicely, Young, into Hyde. He's got plenty of room to run into here. Slides it down. That's good from Hyde, winning and keeping the ball in possession. Coleman de Graft lays off Elva Fountain. He's got Coleman de Graft around him, but he'll try and go alone up against Ogunwumide, but he managed to win the ball back well, but only goes as far as Alfie Young, just outside of the centre circle. It's back to Coleman de Graft. He'll play a ball into Will Salmon. Maskell on his left, but he'll play it infield to Pritchard. He'll then play a nice idea there from Pritchard, but didn't have the execution to feed it through to Taylor. Here's Higgins out to Ogunwumide. He'll run infield out to Munn. He'll try a nice ball through to Liam Nash as he tries keeping it in. And he in fact almost looked like he scored there. He did get the ball in the net, but the ball was out of play before he took it on his left foot. Close call for Lewes, but it was clearly out. We're back underway. Lewes Carey with a goal kick to Salmon. Maskell making that run down the left-hand side, but it's dealt with well by Wine Reed. The flag has gone up for offside against Maskell. It did look like he could have been in a bit of a couple of centimetres on the offside position. Salmon contesting that offside decision from the linesman. Rogers over this one. He'll play it long down that right-hand side. Maskell's up against the number 10, Liam Nash. He headers it away to safety. It's a throw-in to the away side. He throws it out to the number 3, Remy Sutton. He'll play a ball out to Ogun Wamide, who's up against Elva Fountain here. He cuts it back, showing his composure there, Ogun Wamide. It's called for a foul by Elva Fountain, which is met with dissatisfied sound from those supporting the Rooks. As he was fouled by Elva Fountain, it's been brought back to be taken. So this could be Hornchurch's first opportunity of the afternoon, the evening. So it looks like it could be Jack Munns over this. Taking a while to get everyone organised here. There's a wall of Pritchard and Elva Fountain. It'll be Jack Munns to take. It's a ball in. And it's headed by Dion Moore behind the Lewes goal. So it's Hornchurch's first corner of the evening. First corner of the whole match, in fact. Jack Munns over this one as well. Taking quite a while. Slight delay with taking this corner. There's only one football available, so when it goes walkabout, we do have to take some time to get it back where it belongs, but here it is. It's Munns over this. Ogun Wamide is playing it short, but it's a ball in. It's all over the Hornchurch heads, and Pritchard is the only one to actually get something onto it, and Taylor brings down the Hornchurch number 10, Liam Nash. It was just an arm in that from Taylor, but it's a free kick. Another opportunity for Hornchurch to have their first chance on goal. Jack Munns over this one again. 5 assists. He scored at the weekend in their 3-1 win against Horsham. It's Munns again. Had some venom on that, but not the height, and Raz Coleman de Graaf got onto it. Ryan Reid will go for a shot outside the box. It's then looped back in. The number 10 gets a head onto it. The first opportunity of the game falls to Liam Nash as he heads it straight at Carey. And Joe Taylor looks to almost get onto it. Risky play there from Rogers as he sort of chests it down. End-to-end stuff there, came out of nothing. It was Lewis Carey again with showing his signs of brilliant distribution there as he manages to pick out Joe Taylor, who's in the other half. The atmosphere's just picked up a little bit after we've seen that first opportunity and that potential counter-attack. Lewis Carey feeding it through to Joe Taylor. Allison-esque, one would say. Here's Salmon. Lewis looking to regain possession of the ball and have a spell with it. Moore into Young, who finds himself in a lot of space. He'll play it into Hyde, whose heavy touch just lets him down there, but he gets off in one, and Hornchurch waste it and give it back to the Rooks. Coleman de Graaf tried to take it round their number 2. It's Tom Champion up against their number 9, Sam Higgins, and their top scorer wins out, and it's a ball across the box. It almost falls to Liam Nash, and what a miss! Liam Nash was 6 yards out. And Sam Higgins' ball, that was a dangerous one. Did get on the end of someone. It was a bad miss there from Liam Nash. He's looking for his 10th goal of the season. Relief for Lewes, as Hornchurch have been getting the better of the chances in the last 5 minutes. We haven't really seen much of the ball for the Rooks as we did in the first opening 15 minutes. But here's Salmon, who tries to spark an opportunity into Pritchard. Coleman de Graaf making the run out wide. He'll have a go up against their number 2. And he wins a corner. Lewes's first corner of the afternoon. One against Mickey Parcell for Hornchurch. Coleman de Graaf, such a skillful player. He did a really nice roulette at the weekend against Margate and was unlucky not to make it 2-0 at that point. Fell straight to the Margate goalkeeper. He managed to get the assist to set up the second. It's Maskell over this one. They've still got Alfie Young and Elva Fountain back on the halfway line. Pritchard joins them. It's a left-footed ball in. Almost meets the player. If a Lewes player got to the end of that, they could have easily had a chance on goal. There was a lot of space there, it felt like, around the penalty area. Yet again, quite a congested 6-yard area, but we said earlier that Hornchurch looked like they could counter quickly. And I suppose the tactics of having 3 players for Lewes on the halfway line was to try and counter the tactics from Hornchurch. Rogers right over this. Falls to Maskell. His attempted pass or touch goes out of play for another throw into Hornchurch. Ryan Reid. No one really going short, I suppose, because he's got such a long throw, they don't really need to. 4 players in front of him down this right side. It falls to Nash. Here's Mums. He'll try long ball, but Pritchard gets onto it. Here's Coleman de Graaf. He's up against 2 Hornchurch players, but lays off a nice ball to Elva Fountain. Pritchard in front of him. He'll play it into Joe Taylor. Another nice layoff from Taylor. He's got very good passing and skills in that department. That's another nice bit of skill there from Elva Fountain. As he rolls over the ball, laid off from Hyde. It's a ball in, but the wind may have took that one past the byline, and it's gone straight out for a Hornchurch goal kick. It's promising play there. Hyde's managed to get the ball in promising areas and feed passes through to the flanks. Still no chance yet for Lewes. The only chances of the game have fallen to Liam Nash in both games. Joseph Wright in goal, of course. It's thrown out from Maskell to Salmon. Here's Lewis Carey. Tom Champion. So Will Salmon, he's in plenty of space. Dion Moore goes inward. He's got Maskell there, but he'll try and play it infield. There's Salmon, he's under pressure there from Wine Reid. Good pressing there from the right back, but it's passed back to Carey in goal. His Champion out to Elva Fountain. Coleman de Graaf's there in support. He tries to dummy it and dribble past the Hornchurch midfield. Here's Young. Out to Salmon. Salmon looks like he could have got into shooting range there. Joe Taylor's on the ball now. Out to Coleman de Graaf. He's up against their number 2 Parcell. Tries to almost get it on his left foot. And this time it's more on his right foot. It's kind of a weak effort there on Coleman de Graaf's weaker foot. But that's ball from right. It goes straight into Maskell's possession. He tries laying off Joe Taylor, but he already knew he was in an offside position. So it's a free kick for Hornchurch. Just over 25 minutes gone, still Lewes FC 0, Hornchurch 0. Neither side really had anything clear cut apart from Liam Nash's chance, 6 yards out. He failed to convert. It was promising play in the build-up from Sam Higgins, their top scorer, who's on double figures now. Here's Tom Champion. Out to Elva Fountain. Here's Alfie Young. Play it into Joe Taylor. He's up against their number 3, Pritchard. On the ball now. Taylor again. He's under pressure too, but his pass couldn't find anywhere, so it's a Hornchurch throw-in. Very quickly, gets on the head of Young. Moore tries to chest it down and gain control, which he does. It's out to Coleman de Graft. He's got Elva Fountain to make that run down the right-hand side, but it's well intercepted by Mickey Parcell. Number 11, Ogun Wamide. Just manages to gain a throw-in. It's Parcell over this. He tries throwing it long to Ogun Wamide, but it's picked up well by Munns, but Alfie Young deals with it well and regains possession for the home team. Here's Salmon into Tom Champion. Lewes still haven't had a clear-cut opportunity yet. It's patient build-up though from Russell's men. Tom Champion making another run into the Hornchurch half to Elva Fountain. There's Hyde, back to Elva Fountain, who tries to deal it well in that tight area, but he is brought down and a foul is committed. Elva Fountain has a low centre of gravity there and tries to get down and through the Hornchurch midfield, but he's brought down in the process, and Lewes have a free kick just into their own half. Champion plays it out to Young. He'll feed through Dion Moore. He then tries taking it past Warren Reid, which he does nicely. He's got Maskell there, but he'll try and go alone. It's a right-footed outfoot of the outside of the foot chance from Dion Moore, but it didn't really have anything on that, and it was straight into the grasp of Joseph Wright. He'll then play it out to Parcell down that left-hand side, but his header couldn't meet anyone, and that goes straight out for a Lewes throw-in. The referee halting play as a Lewes player is down. It's Dion Moore who might be injured. I think he did have to come off on Saturday, and he doesn't look best pleased at the moment. If anything, he is holding his right hamstring, it looks like, which he had trouble with against Margate at the weekend and then had to come off because of it, which would be a big shame for Dion Moore just after his first chance and goal this evening. The physios are going to have a look and hope for the best. But the way Dion Moore put his head down on the grass showed that he may be feeling rather gutted. It could be some time out. It's a hamstring injury. Hopefully he's all good to carry on, but they don't want to push anything because the games are coming thick and fast. Lewes play Chesham away on Saturday in the next round of the FA Trophy. And then next Tuesday we'll be back at the Dripping Pan in Isthmian Premier Division action in that rearranged game against Aveley. The third time it had to be rearranged. Moore on his feet now. It looks like he's going to be walking off, and it is a substitute. Unfortunately, an early substitution for Tony Russell due to Dion Moore's injury. Moore will be being replaced by number 11, Rhys Morel Williamson, who can be a threat down whatever flank he plays on. That's Coleman de Graft making his way to the left-hand side, which may suggest Morel Williamson is going to occupy that right flank. It'll be a good contest between Coleman de Graft and Warren Reid, two physical players. It's the first bit of action again for Rhys Morel Williamson. Did actually make way and come on for Dion Moore against Margate. We're back underway now. Lewes FC 0, Hornchurch 0. Will Salmon on the ball now. He's got Alfie Young, but Mums is blocking that potential pass. So Salmon's still on the ball here, deep into the Hornchurch half. Maskell plays it back to Young. Pritchard finds himself in space, but Young tries a chip ball out to Hyde. It almost went over the Hornchurch defence, but it was well defended by Joe Christou. Now, Hogan Wamide. Try finding Sam Higgins, but Tom Champion is there. And he comes the throw in as it comes off Higgins. Over Fountain to take. Throws it to the number 4. Maskell and plenty of room down this left-hand side. Lewes aim to spread the play well. Here's Will Salmon though. We'll try another run into the Hornchurch half. Salmon into Joe Taylor. He lays off Alfie Young. We'll try a nice long ball out to Morel Williamson, who's going to have his first bit of the action this evening. He's up against Parcell. Quick feet from Morel Williamson. Calls for handball and nothing given. Cleared quickly away by Hornchurch. Goes as far as Tom Champion, who's got Higgins chasing him down, but Champion plays it safe and hoofs it up there, but it falls on the head of Parcell. And out for a throw-in just in front of the Lewes dugout. Morel Williamson's quick feet there, looking troublesome for Mickey Parcell. Hornchurch left back, but now he's lost possession out to Ogun Wamide, who's then brought down by Elva Fountain, it looks like. Burst of pace there from Ola Ogun Wamide, who's got 6 assists so far this season, the top assister for Hornchurch. So they've got themselves another free kick in a rather dangerous position in terms of going for the cross, not really shooting distance. He's still down, Ogun Wamide. He's back up on his feet as we're about to get underway. Around 10 minutes to go now of this first half. Hornchurch with the best opportunity of the game, falling to Liam Nash. Hornchurch have had the higher total of set pieces. Not really troubled the keeper, Lewis Carey, as of yet. Jack Mums looks like he could be over this. He goes in field. So it's taken. It's a long shot from Hornchurch. That really did trouble Lewis Carey, but it was a good save as he got down to his left-hand side. Powerful low strike that really tested Carey and had to ensure he had to get down quickly. It's their number 3, Remy Sutton, their centre-back, so he knows how to hit them. Here's Wayne Reid, right for the ball in, but headed straight away by Jamie Maskell. Then player brought down. It's a free kick, leaving a really dangerous position now for Lewes. One of the players brought down from Hornchurch in the D area, but we saw a really good effort there from Remy Sutton, who may want to have a go at this one. This time it is a little closer, so it might be taken by someone. Another. Oh, it's a penalty. Wow, that is a big shame for Lewes now if they were to go 1-0 down, as they have been defending well. But Hornchurch now have an opportunity to go 1-0 up against Lewes. It's Sam Higgins to take as he looks to get his 11th goal of the season up against Lewis Carey in goal, and it's in. Hornchurch go 1-0 up as they look to get their 6th win in a row. Sam Higgins to the keeper's right. It was a good penalty. Lewis Carey went the same way. had too much power on it, and Sam Higgins gets his 11th goal of the season. It was so congested. Originally, I believed it was going to be a free kick, so it was a penalty dispatched with ease by Sam Higgins. As Hornchurch now find themselves 1-0 up against Lewes. With just over 5 minutes to go of this first half. Lewes FC 0, Hornchurch 1. As Lewes now look for a reply. Here's Will Salmon. Into Joe Taylor. He holds up the ball nicely. Finds Morel Williamson down that right-hand side. And tries finding Elva Fountain on the overlap. It's cleared away by Ogun Wamide. Goes to Tom Champion. That's dispossessed by Sam Higgins. He'll try it again. It had to be saved by Lewis Carey there. Really nice idea from Sam Higgins, who could have doubled their lead, and in the matter of a couple of minutes, Carey had to be there to just ensure it didn't go in. It was a long range effort there from Sam Higgins. Carey was there to deny Higgins' 12th goal of the season. This time it's a corner. Jack Munns over this one. Hornchurch have been the better side this half in terms of the opportunities created. It's a ball in, almost looking for a second. Sam Higgins with the head onto it. And Hornchurch get another corner as it came off a Lewes player, says the referee. Jack Munns making his way to the other end of the pitch as he takes a second corner in the matter of seconds. Ogun Wamide is short, but it's another low ball in. Inviting one. It's Alfie Young who looks to break. Feeds through Reece Morel Williamson, who's got plenty of pace to use down that right-hand side. He tries going in field. Nice feet from Morel Williamson. Pritchard's in front of him. He just had too much on the ball there. It's a Hornchurch throw-in. Nice idea there from Morel Williamson as they look to break. There's a dangerous ball in from Jack Munns. Although it was low, if a Hornchurch player met the end of it, would easily test Lewis Carey as they look for their second of the evening. Salmon heads it up. Falls to Sam Higgins, who's pretty much everywhere at the moment. Here's Tyreek Hyde. Quick pass into Young. Back to Salmon. Here's Carey. Salmon assessing his options. He's got Hyde in front of him, but Pritchard comes in field. Out to Elva Fountain. Through to Pritchard, who's under pressure from Ogun Wamide, and their number 8, Lewis Spence, finds Lewis Carey and goes all the way back to the keeper. Here's Tom Champion. Alfie Young. Champion edging on Young to turn. Hyde finds Morel Williamson down this right-hand side, who looks good so far since he's come on. He tries to get it on his left foot. Hyde on the overlap. It's a nice ball, and it's cleared away. It's a really good clearance there from Kenneth Clark. There when Hornchurch needed him. Taylor was behind him, and it would have been an easy tap-in for Lewis's number 9. Good play there between Hyde and Morel Williamson. The back heel from the number 11 into Hyde, who tries a shot low along the ground. It was defended well by Clark. Lewes have another corner. Jamie Maskell over this one again. 3-on-3 at the halfway line. But here's Coleman de Graft out to Maskell as they play it short. It's a left-footed ball in. Will Salmon's there. And then it looks like it's going to be picked up by Liam Nash, who'll then try it quickly into Jack Munns. Sam Higgins making that run, but he finds Ogun Wamide out on that left-hand side. He's up against Elva Fountain. He'll try and go on his left into Jack Munns. He tries pulling it back, but Salmon's there. Here's Elva Fountain. Morel Williamson Plays it back to the Lewes centre-back. Lewes will try and go again after a couple of close calls there for the home team. Coming to Graft and plenty of space up here down this left-hand side for Lewes. Rel Williamson though, to Joe Taylor, will try a little chip ball out to Rel Williamson up against Nicky Parcell. It's a throw into Lewes. Over Fountain over this one. As we're approaching the last couple of minutes of the first half, still Lewes FC 0, Hornchurch 1. Sam Higgins' penalty separating the two sides this evening. Over Fountain throws it short to Pritchard, back to the right back for Lewes. He'll try a run up against Ogun Mamide, but he'll play it back to Hyde. He'll try first time ball in, straight into the grasp of Joseph Wright in the Hornchurch goal, and he brings it down. As Hornchurch clearly looking to just run down the minutes of this first half and go into the break. Goal to the good. He'll play it low and it only goes to Tom Champion. Coleman de Graaf picks it up against Wyan Reid. He tries holding him off. Here's Coleman de Graaf, this time on his right foot. Straight at Wright once again. He'll keep the ball firmly in his grasp. Good play there from Coleman de Graaf as he held off Wyan Reid down that left-hand side. Wright will play it quickly. A long ball there, almost tests potentially Lewis Carey, but nothing came of it, so it's another goal kick for Lewes. He takes it quickly and short to Salmon as Lewes look to play the ball out from the back, as they often do now under Tony Russell. He plays it into Joe Taylor. Nice touch from Taylor, and he holds it up well through to Young. He'll play it out to Elva Fountain. Hyde trying to make space through to Pritchard. Back to Champion. Hyde, nice ball into Pritchard. Quick passing there from the Rooks, but that pass into Joe Taylor was intercepted by the Hornchurch defender Sutton. Pritchard picks it up. He'll try a ball in behind, but once again Hornchurch read it well. Joe Christow this time. Bradley Pritchard up against their number 4. Young picks it up. It's a sliding challenge there from Jack Mums. And maybe going into the keeper's book, which he does. Jack Mums receives a yellow card for his challenge on Alfie Young, so it's another free kick for Lewes. Maskell over this one again. Lewes looking to get that equaliser just before half-time. Would really change the complexion of any discussion and team talk. That will go down in that 15 minutes. Be crucial for Lewes. Maskell over this. He plays it long, but once again a wasted opportunity for the Rooks. Their set piece taking hasn't been as strong as what we've seen before. Maskell's ball straight into the grasp of Wright once again. He'll take his time. You'd expect that from Hornchurch, considering they're so high up the table and chasing promotion after they finished 4th last season. They're 4th this season, so promotion really is on their minds. Wamide. Hornchurch looking for a second before half-time. It's a throw-in to Lewes after a misplaced pass from Sam Higgins. Elva Fountain over this one. Back to Champion. Here's Carey. Coleman de Graaf in a lot of space down this left-hand side. He tries keeping it in with his head, but he clatters into the advertisement board. It's a throw-in for Hornchurch. Wyan Reid to take. But Hornchurch's defending has been extremely good this half. Remy Sutton, Joe Christow and Kenneth Clark all keeping the Lewes attack quiet, especially Joe Taylor, even though he's had a few nice passes. They've been occupying him well. And Wright's been a safe pair of hands when needed in the set pieces. Here's Salmon. Play under pressure from Liam Nash. deal with it nicely, Lewes, so far. Here's Carey again. Going to try a ball out to Bradley Pritchard. It's then attempted to be headed on to Morel Williamson. Hyde wins the ball back nicely. Taylor chests it down. That's a nice turn from Taylor. Hyde just opens it up on his right foot. Here's Morel Williamson as he hugs the touchline and comes in field. He's got Elva Fountain just behind him, but Morel Williamson dances into the box. It's a good area that he put the ball into. Reed clears straight into Carey on the outside of his penalty box, plays it into Salmon. Infield to Alfie Young. I was playing it to Pritchard, but he's under pressure from Lewes Spence, who brings him down unfairly. So it's another free kick for Lewes. They'll be wanting to improve these set pieces and free kicks we've seen. They've been golden opportunities really to try and get back into the game. Lewes still trying to keep that unbeaten record at home in the league and in all competitions, in fact. So it's Maskell over this one again. He looks to better his previous attempts. Tiny bit of delay, but we're going to get underway. Maskell. Maskell's ball in. He looks like to go for a shot. Well over. Didn't really trouble right in goal. And that's the first half action done for this evening's affair. It's Lewes FC 0, Hornchurch 1. Sam Higgins' penalty separating the two sides as we go into the break. Hornchurch 1-0 up against the Rooks. And we'll see you back in 15 minutes' time for the second half action of this evening's affair between Hornchurch and Lewes. Welcome back, everybody. Second half action is about to be underway here at the Dripping Pan this evening. Hornchurch went into the break and currently lead Lewes 1-0. Sam Higgins' penalty is 11th of the season in the 36th minute. Is what separates these two sides. Lewes looking to get 2 wins in a row at home, 3 wins in a row in total, in order to climb up that league. Obviously a win for Lewes today could see them go as high as 8th. However, a win for Hornchurch can see them knocking on the door of the likes of Potters Bar, who currently lead Hastings 1-0. Hastings 2, newly promoted side, currently sitting 6th. So they're having a good season. And Lewes looking to get their season up and running with some needed consecutive home wins. So it's going to be Joe Taylor to get us underway now for the start of the second half. Lewes didn't really trouble right in goal in the first half. They're going to want to test him more, test the defence more, and we are now underway. Taylor into Pritchard. Obviously Dion Moore was forced off due to an injury. Rhys Morel Williamson replacing him. Who's now playing down that right-hand side is Tom Champion, almost intercepted by Mums. It falls to Alfie Young, who tracks back. Here's Carey again, plays it to Champion. Over Fountain, a bit of space up against Parcel here. He'll try ball over to Bradley Pritchard, but it's dealt well with by the Hornchurch captain. Throw in for Lewes now, midway into the Hornchurch half. They look to search for that equaliser. Back to Champion, the captain this evening. Here's Salmon. Hasn't got too many options, so he plays it to Taylor, who tries laying off the running Hyde in behind him. He'll play it through to Coleman de Graft. He's up against their number 5, and it's into Bradley Pritchard, and he didn't get too much on that. It was a good opportunity there from Lewes, created by Raz Coleman de Graft. He was up against Kenneth Clark for Hornchurch, and Pritchard was there in the box, but it just came off his shin. Pretty much went straight past him, so Hornchurch have a throw-in, but positive play there from Coleman de Graft. Couldn't really do much more. Long throw from Parcell, headed down by the goal scorer Higgins. Kicked away from Mums as he hopes a Hornchurch player got on the end of that, but Salmon is instead, and it's intercepted. Cheap pass there, Chris Stout for Hornchurch. Here's Mums, plays it to number 3. A good opportunity in the first half. Long, hard strike that tested Carey. Here's Alfie Young on the halfway line about. Over Fountain. He'll play it into Joe Taylor. Good touch from Taylor. Pritchard there in a bit of space, but he plays it to Morel Williamson as he searches for the equaliser. He almost gets on his left foot. It's straight at the goalkeeper right. Falls back to Over Fountain down this right-hand side. Lewes looking lively. Back to Alfie Young. Here, Hyde on touch passing with the Lewes number 15. Here's Coleman de Graft. He looks to cut in on his right. It's a strike, but it's deflected straight away. Young picks it up. And he plays it back to Salmon. And Lewes fans, the loudest we've heard so far this evening, as they can sense a potential equaliser. A chip ball in. Joe Taylor gets something onto it, which takes it past Bradley Pritchard, who was making a run in. It's a goal kick for Hornchurch. Nothing comes of it. But once again, Lewes already looking much more lively compared to the first half. Of course, the quality Hornchurch possess means Lewes will have to keep the goals out keep the opportunities low and also dominate, which will be tricky against this incredibly informed side. The best in the league, as we said, quoted by Tony Russell in the build-up. Elva Fountain into Morel Williamson. He's up against Parcell, who tackles him easily. He manages to regain possession. He tries playing it into Higgins, who's up against Champion. Nice bit of play there from Higgins, as he does a cheeky little kick up. Here's Odom Gumamige. He's up against Salmon, and it's in. Ola Ogunwamide doubles Hornchurch's lead, and it really kind of came out of nothing. It was a brilliant strike across goal, and Hornchurch now find themselves 2-0 up to the good now. A really poor start in terms for Lewes, as they look to control the first 3 to 4 minutes there of the second half after the break, but like I said, the quality Hornchurch can possess going forward, the link-up play from Sam Higgins and Ola Ogunwamide means that they can score at any time. And they do not lack potence in striking positions, and the attacking there formidable from Hornchurch, which really will bury Lewis's confidence. Elva Fountain makes way for John Villeneuve, their second substitution of the evening. Lewes.
Substitution, Lewes. Marcel Elva Fountain is making way, for number 12, John Villeneuve.
So Ola Ogunwamide scores Hornchurch's second of the evening, as they now lead Lewes 2-0. Pritchard now, after being laid off from Joe Taylor, Alfie Young. A blow there for Lewes after what looked like their most threatening spell of the game. And now you've got the Hornchurch fans in loud voice, contrasting what we heard only a minute ago, which was the Lewes fans in loud noise after that flurry of chances for Lewes. A handball there from Raz Coleman de Graaf, the referee says, so he blows his whistle. It's a free kick for Hornchurch. Has just flattened the atmosphere now in the dripping pan. Brilliant strike though from Ogunwamide on his left foot. And laces through it into the side netting. It's a long ball played from right, headed off Salmon almost into the path of the goal scorer, Ola Ogunwamide. Pritchard throws it back to where the free kick is meant to be taken. Sam Higgins rather close, but Maskell passes it to Young. John Villeneuve, the substitute down here on the right, but he plays it straight to Taylor. He's then tackled by Munns and fouls him afterwards and concedes another free kick in the centre circle. Number 4, Joe Cristal over this. There's a chip ball up to Sam Higgins. That's a good touch there. There's Parcell. Wasted pass, goes straight to Tom Champion. Now Raz Coleman de Graaf tries to have a go, but comes off him in that deflected attempt from Wine Reed. So it's a throw in for Hornchurch. Let's need to try and conjure up an attack, because if they were to concede a third, that would pretty much be game over against this Hornchurch side, looking for their 6th win in a row. Here's Pritchard out to Morel Williamson. He's got Renee making that overlapping run, but Morel Williamson looks like he might want to go alone. He laves off Hyde. He'll play it to Pritchard. A bit of space here, Pritchard. He's got Morel Williamson in front of him. He'll play it to him, just on the right side of this penalty area. There's Morel Williamson trying to get on his left foot. It's a really poor effort there from Morel Williamson. Went straight in front of him, but nowhere near the goal. It's a straight out of play for a Hornchurch throw-in. Wine Reed over this one again, down that right-hand side for Hornchurch. Thrown long. Champion picks it up. They'll play it back to Carey as Nash looks to chase. Champion again. Renee in plenty of space down here. Champion still on the ball. Through to Pritchard, who's heavy touch. He's luckily not intercepted. Through to Morel Williamson. One touch passing here from the Rooks. Taylor glides it past the number 3, but that's a loose pass and it could have got on the end of Sam Higgins, but for Will Salmon being there. Here's Maskell looking to search for that first goal for Lewes to half the deficit. Here's Alfie Young. Pritchard. Morel Williamson. Stretching the play, Lewes. It's a chip ball in from John Villeneuve, and they've won a corner now, Lewes. As the fans behind that Hornchurch goal look to boost the morale as they search for that goal to get them back in this game. Maskell over this one again. Didn't have the best set-piece deliveries in that first half, as he looks to improve on what we've seen before. Ball in. Salmon's there! What a header and what a save. Wright is there to keep the ball out of the net. It's another ball in from Maskell. That's Lewis's best chance of the evening so far. Morel Williamson picks the ball up. He's under pressure from Nash. He'll take it past him, but it's a brilliant challenge from Nash there as he looks to break. He plays it down that right-hand side. Higgins chasing Pritchard, but he plays it back to Carey. Brilliant header there from Will Salmon. Headed down by Ryan Reid. Out to Spence. He's got Higgins in front of him. He'll go alone. Powerful strike there from the number 8 and captain Lewes Spence. It was a cross goal, didn't trouble Carey. Plenty of venom on it. They do have plenty of players in this starting 11 that can just nowhere to shoot and shoot out of nowhere and produce something special. He's been brought down, the Hornchurch player, and it's now a free kick for the away side. Just over 55 minutes gone. Lewes FC 0, Hornchurch 2. If things stand as they are, Lewis's unbeaten run at home comes to an end. Hornchurch with the free kick now. Plays it long. Sam Higgins is there, but it's headed by Alfie Young. Maskell tries clearing with his left foot. Mel Williamson tries to pick it up against Mickey Parcell. So Lewes throw-in. John Villeneuve. Back to Champion. Here's Young. Hyde. That's looked promising in this game, Tyreek Hyde, in his first start for Lewes this season after signing from Welling United. Here's Pritchard. Renee back to number 18. Back to Champion. Lewes had a lot of possession in the back line, which is sort of testament to Hornchurch's organisation. Young, Hyde, as they look to get the ball forward, but Hornchurch deal with it well once again. Now it's dispossessed by Hyde as he runs down that left-hand side. He almost gets brought down there, but tries gliding it past the Hornchurch defence. Hornchurch now managed to get a nice ball out to Ola Ogunwumide, and it's a foul from the Hornchurch player on Will Salmon. It was Ola Ogunwumide. The referee calls for a foul, so it's going to be a free kick to Lewes, just a couple of metres into the Hornchurch half. Physio's just seeing how Will Salmon is. He's still down, but he's a big lad, so he should be able to carry on. So Hastings still 1-0 down to Potter's Bar. Currently, Potter's Bar are top and Hornchurch move up to 3rd. Lewes move a position down to 15th with Margate now sitting in 14th. Game in hand on Margate for Lewes, so still potential to climb up the table. Here's Champion. Salmon plays it forward to Pritchard. A long pass there from the number 20. Joe Taylor, nice play with Bradley Pritchard. Tries to create some space. It's a good chance there from Pritchard, but he had a lot of bodies around it, and now Hornchurch look to counter once again. Higgins tries laying off to a really nice ball to Ola Ogunwumide down this left-hand side. Johnville Renee is there. It's a ball in, but it's dealt with well by Champion. Didn't really threaten the Lewes defence too much, and Champion now tries to turn defence into attack with a ball out to Hyde. He'll try get past their number 4, but he deals with it really nicely. Chris Stout. Maskell out to Coleman de Graft. Hyde. Direct ball in, but it's dealt with well by Hornchurch, and here comes the first goal scorer, Higgins, and he threads through Ogunwumide, but luckily for Lewes, the flag was raised for an offside. He chips it over Lewis Carey and earns himself a yellow card in doing so after the whistle was blown. So that's the second yellow card this evening for Hornchurch. Ogunwumide, the second goal scorer, getting into the ref's book for that chipped strike. Here's Sam Higgins up against Hyde, but he wins the ball. Wins the ball nicely as well. Champion tries a nice ball out to Morel Williamson. He's up against Parcell here, who takes it past. Then it's dealt with by Remy Sutton, who uses his strength to just see the ball out, which doesn't really give Morel Williamson a chance to get on the end of it. So it's another goal kick for Hornchurch, with right to take. Hornchurch defence have been superb so far, not really given Lewes any chance to get in behind and get a real chance off. The closest they got to scoring was that Will Salmon header. Goal kick taken from right. Meets the head of Maskell. This head almost looked to get onto the end of Joe Taylor if it wasn't for Kenneth Clark, the number 5 for Hornchurch. It's Coleman de Graft. There's a Maskell to Will Salmon. Salmon plays a ball through to Taylor, but it's intercepted once again. And here's Higgins. And they look to counter now. Ogunwumide. Carey clears it to safety. Almost reaches the head of Taylor, but the Hornchurch defender gets onto it. And Ogunwumide could get on the end of this. It's now Spence through to Mums. Higgins making that run down the right-hand side. Could he get a shot off? He does. Straight at Carey. Plenty of power on it though, but Carey's safe hands were there to stop it from going out as he gets down low. Now Lewes look to attack. Pritchard to Young. Spence up against Young, but he finds Morel Williamson, who's got Parcell tracking on him. Young. He'll try and find a diagonal ball out to Coleman de Graft, but Ryan Reid gets a head onto it. Throw into Lewes. Maskell throws it to Salmon. Champion was running there to take it short, but he prefers Salmon as his option. Here's Young. Hyde. Maskell. Taylor. Hornchurch sort of holding off, but their organisation at the back has proved to be enough to keep Lewes out, and that sloppy pass there too. There's no use for Lewes as Hornchurch now look to counter once again. Ogunwumide on it. Back to Parcell, the left back. Finds Spence in plenty of space there as he lets it run past him into Higgins. Salmon's up against him here. Calls for a potential foul, but they carry on. Hyde through to Coleman de Graft. He takes it down nicely, tries to get on his left foot. What a goal! Razak Coleman de Graft scores another goal with his left foot. He knows how to score them with that foot, and he knows how to score down that end. Raz Coleman de Graft halves the deficit for Lewes. A brilliant goal from the number 7 for Lewes. And the stand behind Wright's goal erupts. And that really will build the atmosphere now at the Dripping Pan. A brilliant goal from Raz Coleman de Graft on his left foot. We saw it on Saturday, we saw it against Three Bridges, and plenty of times last season. Another Raz beauty. So here come Hornchurch. Brilliant play in the build-up there from Hyde. He has been a really good player in his last 2 games, and that cameo, and so far today. There's a nice play there from Higgins as he finds Ogunwumide, but the flag is raised again. The atmosphere has gone up a notch or two as Lewes now make their final change, and that's actually the end of the action for Tyreek Hyde. It was a brilliant debut start for the man. Powerful, quick in that midfield, linking up play nicely between defence and attack, always looking for that forward pass, which he did there into Raz Coleman de Graft, which ended up with Raz putting it away and halving the deficit now. So it's 2-1 to Hornchurch. Lewes looking for that equaliser, and he was replaced by number 17, Ronan Silva. Another good substitution there from Tony Russell. Silva, like Hyde, tall, powerful, quick. Looks for that forward pass. So rather like-for-like change there from Russell. Trying to ease Hyde into his life at Dripping Pan. Here's Carey. John Villarene in that space to the right of Champion, but he plays it to his left. Salmon out to Pritchard. Coleman de Graft comes inside. Pritchard picks it up and there's a lofted ball up to Maskell. Can he try and keep it in? He can't. Promising play there from Lewes though. Nice idea with Maskell on that run down that left-hand side to try and whip in a ball to try and meet the head of someone like Joe Taylor, who often doesn't need power. Precision is enough for Joe Taylor. Wright with the goal kick. A long one. He's got good distribution on him. Joseph Wright. There's Parcell, who tries a hoofed ball up to the right-hand side. Liam Nash occupying that space. Here's Ronan Silva, will have his first part of the action. Champion out to Rene. He's got Pritchard in front of him. Tries finding Morel Williamson though, but that header from Parcell goes straight out. John Villarene with a quick throw into Champion. Here's Alfie Young. Takes it round Munns very nicely into Taylor. Trying to link up play, as he often does. He'll find Morel Williamson on this right-hand side. Good play there from Lewis's number 9. Morel Williamson with a quick run in, with the feet there. Tries to get on his left foot. Bit of dummying there, through to Pritchard. Here's Ronan Silva. Could he try and get the equaliser? Once again, defended well by Hornchurch, and now they look to break. They want to be careful, Lewes, as they search that equaliser. They don't want to be caught on the break and then find themselves 2 goals down. Here's Coleman de Graft, the goal scorer for Lewes this evening. Out to Maskell. Through to Champion. Lewes looking to try and break down Hornchurch. They've been a stubborn side to break down so far. If it wasn't for that beauty from Raz Coleman de Graft, he knows how to produce something special. It's games like these when you play up against teams like Hornchurch, where you need players like de Graft to create something out of nothing. Morel Williamson back to Champion. Good organisation here from Hornchurch, just making Lewes rather static. Pritchard. Williams into Taylor. Morel Williamson's there as it's laid off to him. It's a left-footed strike. Well over, but he had some power on it. It It's a good idea from Morel Williamson as he managed to find a little pocket of space to allow him to shoot. Joe Taylor once again linking up well. Everything he touches just seems so smooth and simple. The one-touch passing really isn't. So just under 70 minutes gone. Lewes back in the game as they trail Hornchurch 2-1. Changing balls here, I think. The original one must be flat. There's been a lot of long kicks today. The power kicked into it from venomous strikes from the likes of De Graft and Ogun Ramide. It's a long ball there from Wright. Lewes find themselves in possession though. Coleman, De Graft, Rona Silva making that run down the left-hand side. He wins the throw-in just on the halfway line. Here's Maskell, throws it to Tom Champion. Maskell back to Salmon. Through to Champion. He'll try a nice long ball out to Morel Williamson down that right-hand side, trying to link up with Bradley Pritchard. He tries to take it past Parcell, but it's cleared away to safety by Clark. Here's Salmon. Hornchurch with pretty much everyone defending now, plenty of bodies behind the ball. Here's Coleman De Graft. He'll try and create something out of nothing once again, but it's found to Munns by Nash. He'll try a long ball out to Ogun Ramide. He's up against Johnville Rene, who had a good game against Margate. It's good defending there from Rene so far, but Ogun Ramide manages to find possession. Rene brings him down. That was well won by Ogun Ramide, who's had the better of that duel as he managed to get the ball on his side. He's only going to be making it even more difficult for Rene to get the better of him, but now Hornchurch have now got their first set piece of this second half. It's been a dominant first half from Lewes. It's that counter-attacking goal in the 49th minute that really deflated the mood after a good first few minutes of this second half, but it's Munns to take, and it just meets the end of Rene and then be put in. The Hornchurch defender headed away once again by Pritchard. Here's Parcell up against Alfie Young, who brings him down. There's a foul in there must have been by Hornchurch, as the referee has given a free kick to Lewes. Carey's going to take this just outside the penalty area. Hornchurch just getting back into their area and their designated positions as they look to try and grind out this 2-1 lead to keep them third in the league. Here's Champion out to Rene. Taylor keeps the ball well, finds Rene. He'll thread it through to Pritchard, who's up against Spence. Here's Rene up against Ogun Ramide. It's a long ball in, looping. Doesn't meet the end of a Lewes player though, and Coleman De Graft sort of has a collision there with Nash. The clearance from Hornchurch just goes as far as Salmon. Munns will try and track it down. There's Nash pressing well, and Lewes gain another throw in just on halfway line on that far side. Salmon will find it into Young in the centre circle. Rene's to his right, Pritchard making a run in behind, but he passes it to Silva. Back to Young. He'll try a nice ball out to Ronan Silva. That was a good idea from Alfie Young. He's got Rene in support, but it's a sloppy pass, and Ogun Ramide manages to get the better of it, but only goes as far as Champion. Pritchard. Here's Salmon. Lewes looking for that second, but that pass from Salmon is defended well by Spence, really. It's a good slide challenge. Sam Higgins is looking to make a break down that left-hand side, but Munns couldn't find him, and it's back to Parcell. He'll try a ball over the top of Champion. Higgins was there, But the flag was raised. Higgins in an offside position. Champion plays it quickly to Renee. They need to be quick now, Lewes. Salmon on the ball. Pritchard comes in close for support, but Salmon will go long with a diagonal to Morel Williamson. He tries heading it onto Renee, but the goalkeeper Wright sees it goes out of play for a goal kick. Right with the goal kick. Long ball to the centre right of Lewis's half. Mums tries to lay it off, but Renee picks it up down this right hand side in plenty of space as Hornchurch run back to defend. Here's Renee up against Morel with Morel Williamson. He'll go infield to Young. Silver's there in space. He'll take it past Nash as he is brought down in the process and wins Lewes a free kick in a rather central area. Lewes are going to take it quickly, maybe not go for the shot. Silver to Young. Out to Renee. From Morel Williamson, he just couldn't keep it in. It was a poor touch there from Lewis's number 11, and he looks frustrated and shows it there. It's going to be another substitute, this time for Hornchurch, as Lewes have made all their three. Sam Higgins to come off, the goal scorer of the first goal, the penalty kick. It was a really clean strike up against Carey, to Carey's right in the 36th minute. That opened the scoring this evening as he makes way. Sam Higgins with his 11th goal this season. He's at the back of the net in. It is 11 goals in 9 games, 10 games now. Is a brilliant return. So he's come on for Toby Joseph, number 12. Renee now with the throw-in. Throw it back to champion. Toby Joseph pressing Salmon. He's probably got full of energy as he plays the last 15 minutes here. Goes out to Salmon. Through to Coleman de Graft. He lays off the centre-back Salmon, but Salmon's pass to Maskell has too much on it. It's a throw-in for Hornchurch. Just under a quarter of an hour to go. Lewes FC 1, Hornchurch 2. Coleman de Graft's goal. Half the deficit after Ogun Wamide's left-footed strike in the 50th minute. Salmon heads it clear. Joe Taylor's there, but Wine Reed clears for Hornchurch. And Spence tries clattering it forward. And that's it once again, and this time it finds Toby Joseph. That's a brilliant touchdown from the number 12 for Hornchurch, as he tries finding it wide to Liam Nash on that right-hand side. It's a throw into Hornchurch. So starting to try and see out the game now. The counter-attacking has been venomous this evening. Of course, it was the counter-attack that saw the second goal for Hornchurch scored. Here's Wine Reed. Liam Nash tries controlling it, but it's cleared away to safety by Maskell. Another throw in for Hornchurch. Throwed along by Wine Reed. We know he has a long throw on him, which can create a chance. Almost did there. Liam Nash just in front of Carey, but Carey got a hand on it before Hornchurch's number 10 could have a go. Salmon up against the substitute Toby Joseph. Goes to Maskell as he glides past a Hornchurch player, but they just pick it up again, the Hornchurch defence. Coleman de Graft wins the foul. It's a bad challenge there from Wynreed as he keeps the ball, refusing to give it straight back to Lewes. Coleman de Graft winning the foul well. Luckily he's not injured, he's on his feet. Maskell over this again. Maskell. Long ball. Diagonal. Morel Williamson's there, but it's headed away by Parcell before it even got to the number 11. Champion picks it up and tries to create another attack for Lewes. Into Ronan Silva. Maskell. He has a chance to have a go. Left-footed strike. Wins the corner. And the fans of Lewes are getting louder and louder now. A good opportunity here now with the corner. After Jamie Maskell's strike comes off a Hornchurch back. Straight out for a corner. On that far side, it's going to be a out-swinging delivery taken by Lewis's number 3. In it goes. Can it be the head of someone? Champion there, but it falls to Silva on the edge of the box after it is cleared by Hornchurch. But here's Toby Joseph, who tries threading through Ogun Wamide. Joseph on the overlap here. Hornchurch looking to get a third. Here's Joseph up against Renee. Silva gets involved. Munns picks it up. He's up against Will Salmon. Will try and create some space, but he's forced wide. Now to the corner flank, but Parcell tries it through to Toby Joseph, but Coleman de Graaf's tracking back is superb there, and he clears it to Joe Taylor, who's dueling there with Remy Sutton. Taylor manages to get on the end of that. It's a crunching challenge there from Chris Dow, a good one to be fair. No complaints. Studded challenge, but it was a clean one. Carey now in possession. After that, Will Salmon. Tom Champion. Back to Will Salmon. Lewes waiting patiently for that opening to come. Joe Taylor coming in field to support the defence and the build-up play. Champion out to Renee on this near side. Reece Williamson trying to lay off Renee. Champion now gets the ball. He's fouled by Toby Joseph, but advantage is played. Here's Alfie Young, has a bit of space, but he plays it to Morel Williamson on this right-hand side. He's trying to show him the dummy on his left foot. Defended well, blocked by Hornchurch, and they look to clear, but it falls to de Graft. Can he have another go on his left foot? It's a strong shot, but Hornchurch getting so many bodies back there that none of the shots are really testing the goalkeeper. Hornchurch defenders getting there beforehand. Alfie Young. He'll now try and get the ball up the pitch, but he's forced to go back to Bradley Pritchard. To Tom Champion. He's still on the ball now, Champion. Toby Joseph, it's risky there. Will Salmon, though, was fouled by the substitute Joseph. Plays advantage. Alfie Young trying to get a ball into Joe Taylor. It's a nice idea, but Spence was there to intercept. And now Hornchurch look to counter. Toby Joseph. A nice composed play there from Champion to give it to Alfie Young, but that ball is wasted as it was trying to go to Coleman de Graft, but Hornchurch couldn't keep possession. It's all Lewes at the moment, but sloppy passes like that get intercepted by Hornchurch are the reason why Lewes haven't managed to find an equaliser, and Will Salmon's about to go into the book now after that challenge on the captain for Hornchurch, Lewes Spence, their number 8. Just around 6 minutes to go now. Lewes need a goal to keep that unbeaten run at home alive, but to also keep those promotion hopes alive. A draw to a team as good as Hornchurch and as in form would feel like a win, considering they were 2 goals down in the 50th minute. Munns over this one. He'll play a diagonal ball to Ogunwumide, who's up against Renee, and the right back for Lewes heads it out. So throw in to Hornchurch. Parcell will be over this one. Parcell out to Ogunwumide. Calls for a corner there from Hornchurch's number 11, but it's a goal kick. Lewis Carey plays it short to Will Salmon. But under pressure from Toby Joseph. Got to be careful there. He looks strong and powerful and quick. Suits their counter-attacking style of play that we've seen this evening. Alfie Young back to Salmon. Champion's there, but he left it, whether intended or not. Here's Renee. Renee up against Ogunwumide, who's all over him. Who is on a yellow card, so he is a foul away from potentially being given his marching orders, but nothing given there. And Renee now earning Lewis the free kick in a rather inviting area. Maskell over this one, but Renee is there. Renee and Maskell with good performances on the weekend. Renee's looked good when he's come on. There's an eye for a pass, and he runs over this one, so it'll be Maskell to take. And it just goes out, but Roscommon de Graaf gets on the back there, at the back post. It's a goal kick. But that effort from Maskell looked like it just had a bit too much on it, but Coleman de Graaf managed to get there at the last minute on the byline, but couldn't bring it back past goal. So it's a goal kick for Hornchurch with right to take. As we approach the last 4 minutes now of this game, stoppage time included, of course. Goalkeeper slips there, met to jeers behind him. The only place being a goalkeeper sometimes. Jack Munns picks it up in the centre circle though. His ball out wide doesn't meet the intended target, and it's a throw into Lewes. Lewes fans egging on their team for the dying embers of the game now, as they still look for that equaliser. Renee under pressure there from Ogunwumide. He did take a bit too much time on that, to be completely honest, and there Ogunwumide is brought down. Calls for a free kick, but nothing given. Carey now out of his box to try and kick-start an attack from playing out from the back. Here's Champion. He plays it back to Carey. Need to get it forward and quickly, Lewes. But that is testament to Hornchurch's organisation and how they've set up this evening. They've been a really tough team to break down. Bradley Pritchard, nice touch. Under pressure there from Spence, but pass it back to Champion. Skipper on skipper. Spence brings down Champion, but nothing in that. Morel Williamson will go in field. He'll maybe try and get it on his left foot. He's got a bit of space now, but he's challenged by Parcell. And that opportunity that looked there goes begging. And that counter-attack for Hornchurch is wasted too, with that pass from Munns just having a bit too much on it for Liam Nash. Carey to Salmon. He dummies Toby Joseph as he tries to get the ball into the Hornchurch half. Coleman de Graaf holding off Wyan Reid. Coleman de Graaf up against Nash and Reid now as they're doubling up on him, but he still keeps the ball remarkably. Trying to create something out of nothing. Superb play there from Coleman de Graaf. Two players on him, still managing to keep the ball. Here's Maskell. Here's Champion. All the outfield players apart from Carey in the Lewes box now. Here's Champion out to Joe Taylor. He'll try and get on his right foot. Taylor again, and it's in! Lewes get the equaliser thanks to Joe Taylor! A brilliant strike, across goal, and the dripping pad goes mad! Taylor and Coleman de Graaf getting on the score sheet once again, as they did against Margate. And Lewes have got that equaliser. It's been deserved. They've been all over Hornchurch in this second half. They were down and out, it seemed, for a while in the 50th minute when they went 2-0 down. But Joe Taylor has just gone and got the equaliser for the Rooks. And the points look like they could be shared, but both teams surely will try and go for a winner now. So it's Lewes FC 2, Hornchurch 2. Goals from Coleman, de Graft and Joe Taylor, getting the Rooks back in the game. But now Hornchurch look to break with Liam Nash down that right-hand side. Corner for Hornchurch. This can make the last moments even more nerve-wracking, as Russell's men have done ever so well to get back in this game against such a in-form side. If they can see this out Lewes, it really will feel like a victory. Munn's over this one. Ball in, gets the head of Ronan Silva. Taylor up against Spence there. Here comes Hornchurch with the overhead kick from Liam Nash, rather ambitious as he looks for his 10th goal of the season. Long ball played up from Carey. Taylor the target. He's having a bit of a contest there. The referee calls for a foul, and it's a yellow card to the Hornchurch player. Brilliant work there from Joe Taylor as he uses his body to win that free kick, which is in a rather dangerous area. So it's another yellow card for Hornchurch. So it's 5 added minutes now here at the Dripping Pan. Lewes with a free kick to try and get a winner. They couldn't, surely. This was Maskell over this. Come on, you Rooks, heard in unison behind that Hornchurch goal. He's right. The Hornchurch goalkeeper organises his wall. Maskell stands over this. They'll probably go for goal. Maskell, it's deflected. The keeper right claims it. And manages to make nothing come out of that. Right to kick it long. Well, that was the intention, but it went more high than long. Spence tries to control it down up against Pritchard. Coleman de Graft will rappel in, and that's brilliant work from Coleman de Graft. Exactly what you want to see from your winger. A superb asset to this football club. Here's John Villeneuve. Lewes looking for that winner, inspired by the fans. Here's Morel Williamson. He'll lay it off to Rene. He cuts it back, but he's in an offside position, which is met to disappointment for Lewes, as that was a really promising opportunity. But even if Lewes weren't to get a winner and they were still to see this game out and it finished 2-2, it would still be a brilliant game of football and a very good effort from Russell's men against this type of team. And that kick goes straight out for a throw, and it's all Lewes. So it's Rene to get us back underway as we approach the last 3 minutes of stoppage time. You don't want to be passing it round the back now. That would be heart and mouth moment for anyone associated with Lewes. Champion under pressure by Toby Joseph, but he mistakenly gives it to Liam Nash. He'll find Ola Ogunwumide, hits the post, and that's a golden opportunity for Ogunwumide. And Lewes could have been absolutely gutted if that were to have just glided in to the bottom right corner. Ola Ogunwumide. It's a long ball played out from Carey. Taylor gets his head onto it. It only falls as far as Parcell. He'll lay off the number 10, Liam Nash, but he couldn't keep it in. So Rene will get us back underway into Champion. Carey calm with his feet as he plays out to Salmon in a nervy last couple of minutes here at the Dripping Pan. Here's Coleman de Graft. He'll lay off Maskell, try to, but he couldn't get on the end of it. So Hornchurch back in possession now. He throws it long. Wine Reed meets the head of Salmon though. It's a free kick given. Hornchurch take the free kick. He's up against Ogun Wamide, who's up against Maskell, and he brings it out of play. So we've got about 30 seconds left of the game. A brilliant second half performance from Russell's men. Although they were 2-0 down in 50 minutes, it was still a really good go, and that finishes there. Lewes FC 2, Hornchurch 2. Hornchurch, his counter-attacking style got them 2 goals up in the space of 50 minutes. A penalty dispatched in the 36th minute by Sam Higgins, getting his 11th goal of the season, followed by a quick counter-attack in the early start of the second half from Ola Ogun Wamide. Was then cancelled out by Raz Coleman de Graaf's banging goal on his left foot, with Joe Taylor getting the equaliser in the last 5 minutes. It was a brilliant game here at the Dripping Pan, finishing Lewes FC 2, Hornchurch 2.